today with emerging musical theater actress Jessica Wood. Jessica will be treating us to a few songs during Brantford Presents Take 3. Welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for coming aboard, Jessica. Will this be your first online performance?
Yeah, actually it will. It's super exciting because this, as much as this whole COVID thing is like terrible and, everything, it's cool that artists get to kind of try something new and, we still get to do what we love to do, just in a whole different medium. So, yeah.
You grew up in Brantford, so maybe give us a little biography of some of the art that you've been involved in while growing up.
Yeah, for sure. So I kind of was all over the place a little bit growing up. I started with dance at the Academy of Dance, so very Brantford, and I did that for a long time, probably like 5 or 6 years, and then started to do singing and did a few plays and stuff in the city. And then I didn't really start to do musical theater until high school. And I did the SHISM program at BCI, which really got me into it and was really amazing and just awesome. And so, I started to do that. And then once I started, I was hooked and I was like, oh, there's nothing else for me. I have to go study this. And then I went and studied it in Windsor. And I've been just living in Toronto for the last little while, and traveling and stuff. But just kind of exploring a bit outside of Brantford. But
great. So what actually, was there any incident or person or anything really that made you pursue professional theater as opposed to just doing it as a hobby?
Well, my parents are super, super encouraging. I wouldn't say there's one specific event, but they I'm the type of person that I've always been like, oh, is it realistic? I'm not sure. I get worried about it, but they are super supportive and they're always just like, oh, if it's what you want to do and you're passionate about it, then, you'll make it work, which I think is really true for anything. And so I would say they are 100%. The only reason I've been able to do it is because they've been so supportive the whole time. So
nice.
Jessica, many people don't really understand kind of the rigorous training that goes into musical theater. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so as much as it is so much fun, it's definitely, you have to put the work in. I mean, it's a lot of hours in pretty much any musical theater program, I would say, once you get to the college level. They're all full-time programs, and then typically you'll have rehearsals outside of that. So you're always working on your craft in class, but then also, trying to learn whatever shows you're in and always trying to get yourself out there. So there's definitely a lot to put into it. And also something I kind of learned when I did go away to school was there's so many other aspects to it. And it's just really interesting to see what you struggle with and what you thrive in completely different ways that you never thought you would. In school we had to study clown, was a whole semester, and I struggled with it so much, but it was so much fun. But it's definitely not like anything else that you study, I would say. It's very unique, but it's really rewarding. But it's definitely, you got to put the work in.
Yeah.
Jessica, have you had an opportunity to work as an artist yet in Brantford?
Not so much, because I was in Windsor and then in Toronto. I haven't actually spent a lot of time in Brantford working. So this is pretty cool to actually get to do something with other Brantford artists, because now I'm back home because of this virus. So this is kind of becoming a cool opportunity. But no, I haven't really worked in the city yet, but I would love to.
So Brantford Presents Take 3 will be your first paid gig in Brantford then?
Yeah, I guess so.
So as a recent graduate, or fairly recent graduate, who has just entered the industry really, how has COVID-19 impacted your work? If it hasn't impacted yet, how do you think it will in the future?
For me, I was actually in the middle of doing a bit of traveling when this kind of started. So I wasn't in any projects that kind of got canceled or anything. I did see a lot of my friends were, which is really disappointing. And just, you know, the rehearsal is like 90% of the work, and then the performance is like the best part, but it's only 10%. So to kind of do all that work and then not get to go through with the performance is really disappointing. So my heart definitely goes out to everyone who was, you know, had things in the works. But yeah, I would say the hardest thing is that a lot of the training is, you know, hands-on, and like, especially if you're still in school or just even trying to take classes and stuff is going to be a big change, I would say, because it's so much about like just being with people, and, you know, it's a lot of physical work. So yeah, that's going to be definitely a big challenge, and I'm intrigued to see how the industry kind of deals with it and comes through, because we always thrive. So yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens.
Jessica, could you speak a little bit about the importance of being paid as an artist?
Oh yeah, it is important. It's difficult. It's very difficult to find paid work. It's possible, but yeah, it's important. A lot of the time people just don't really understand that, and they think, you know, for you it's all about getting out there, which it is, but at the end of the day, everyone's trying to pay their bills, and especially if you're trying to live somewhere like Toronto, or even Brantford is getting up there, like, you know, everyone wants to pay their bills, and also it is hard work that you're putting in, and so it's a bit disappointing to not be rewarded for that in a way that, you know, someone else would be rewarded for doing what they're trained to do and what they've paid to, you know, become trained for. So yeah, it's definitely very important to at least, you know, respect your actors, and yeah, and know your own worth as well, I would say. A lot of people don't. So
Absolutely. So we have Brantford Presents Take 3 coming up on the 22nd of May at 7 o'clock. It'll be broadcast on Zoom. And I'm just wondering if you could tell us what you're going to be doing as part of that evening.
all right. Well, I'm going to do, I think, 2 songs. I'm going to do Perfect Relationship, which is just kind of a cheeky little music theater number. And I think it's pretty topical, because if you are single in this whole COVID thing, you're kind of, you know, over the phone in a relationship. So yeah, it's kind of all about that. And it's just a fun number to kind of lift people's spirits, I would say. And then the second one, I might have to leave a surprise, because I have a couple options I haven't quite decided on yet. So
Prizes are good.
That's great. Do you have any social links that people can follow you at to see your work?
Yeah, I'm ICA _wood on everything. So you can find that. It's pretty easy. I tend to post silly little things. So yeah, if you're into that.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us, Jessica, and we're really looking forward to seeing what you have to offer.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.